Welcome everyone. I'm Julia Laugerbo, Director of Business Development at Escobar Architecture, and we are here today for the first episode of the Escobar Talk Show. From interior design to architecture to artistic direction and curation at Escobar, we are all about creating seamless experiences that wow. Andres and I came with the idea of starting a series of episodes aimed to inspire and send a positive message to everyone. So today we're very excited to have for our first episode a special guest, Ryan Serhan, star of Million Dollar List in New York and one of the most recognized real estate in the state. So welcome, Ryan. Thank you to be here today.
Thank you for having me on episode 1.
Right.
This is a virgin podcast, and you chose.
That is. So today we are going to discuss a very relevant topic. Everyone is talking and everyone is guessing what is going to be next to this pandemic. So let's jump to our first question, and I'm starting with Andres. So let's begin. So Andres, 6 months from now, where you see your industry and what new condition do you expect in your specific market?
Well, I think that the entire market is going to change: design and architecture, planning, addressing the new issues, the new problems. How is the market going to react? How each individual is going to behave? And obviously, our clients are going to reach out to us to try to help them find solutions from every type of operation that they may have. Maybe hotels, maybe restaurants, maybe offices. And so we're going to have to find solutions to their shortcomings, because obviously people are going to be behaving in a different fashion. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think that things will change because they have to change, not necessarily because we want things to change. But at the same time, there is no better way to show people how important a great quality home is than by locking them in their current terrible home. So if somebody currently is in a condominium building with no amenities, that was built very cheaply, I'm sure they got a great deal on it when they bought, but they're probably thinking to themselves now, 2 months later, because they can't afford a vacation home and the added expense of, being able to quarantine somewhere luxurious was just too much. And they're saying, wow, if this is going to happen more in the future, just kind of like what Hurricane Sandy did, right? For everybody that was thinking about ever buying on the water in New York City ever again, they would say to themselves, well, if there's another hurricane, where's the generator? What building do I want to be in where I won't leave for 30 days or 60 days? I want to make sure that I have a great gym that we can all use. Maybe I definitely want a pool because I've got little kids. Maybe I need extra study space. What I definitely need is a home office, because it's been really difficult to work from home at my kitchen counter while my wife is working from our bedroom, while our 2 kids are trying to do their Zoom courses in the hallway. Like, we just can't live like that. And these are the questions that people are going to have going forward, and it's going to affect what they buy and how they buy. So, I don't know, it might change the way we design actual apartments to, maybe now going forward, every apartment's going to have, a nook for a home office.
And I think that the other aspect is some people may not be comfortable about going to the actual gym, but if you could provide a little space that would not take more than maybe 20 square feet and fit out that room, and it could be the quiet room, a room that does not disturb the other members of the family, where you could actually maybe do the mirror and train and stretch. Some people may want to buy a Peloton bike, whatever it may be. But I think that the amount of space that it takes is minimal. And the other thing is part of the appliances package that you're going to give people. People need to eat, but people need to exercise. People need to do, activities. So yeah. I agree with you. I think that we have to completely rethink about how people move, how people live, and what is it that they require when something like that happens again.
Did you think, or did you learn about new programs, services, or also even technology tools that you think can be something useful right from now on?
I mean, well, yeah, absolutely. You know, you mentioned Peloton. I mean, what an amazing advertising platform over the last 2 months for any home gym setups, whether it's the Mirror or Peloton. You know, you can't even get a Peloton right now if you order it, right?
Yeah.
They can't make them fast enough. Home smart systems, right? Like we were really late in the boat in my own apartment to getting the Amazon Alexa set up, and now my wife and her mom and our baby talk to that thing all day long.
I really think that something that will be very important to have will be a combination, actually a product that will be able to give you the entire package, from security to connectability,
Yeah.
that it will allow you to give you some sort of diagnose of somebody entering the building, somebody approaching your own home,
Yeah.
that will basically make things seamlessly. And all this could be cloud-based technology, rather than having to rely only exclusively with Wi-Fi and so on and so forth. There are ways today to be able to make things a little bit easier. The other thing is that I believe that everybody's going to jump into the antimicrobial coatings and materials, so on and so forth. And there's several companies who actually are doing this. Air quality is going to become number one, because you want to make sure that you have enough fresh air, that is recirculated, that you have your own system in your own apartment, so that there's no cross contamination.
If you can make a bold prediction, how will you see your industry in the next 3 months, 6 months, or ideally also in 1 year?
The brokerage industry is definitely having a hard time at the moment. New listings in New York City alone are down 80% year over year. New home sales in the city are down, I believe it's around 70%. Anything that's getting sold right now was already in conversation or about to go to contract prior to, or they're desperate deals for the most part. And so, listen, like every issue we've ever gone through, whether it's 9/11 and your business as a salesperson has to evolve to be, disaster proof, or it's Hurricane Sandy, to be kind of location proof, right? So you're not just selling in one location that could be affected due to natural disaster, or out of 2008, make sure your business is recession proof, make sure you have as many different streams of income and things going on at any given time, so that if people stop buying and selling homes for 3 months, you are okay. And now we have to be we have to be disease proof, right? We have to make sure that we know how to continue to sell if there is another outbreak.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that 3 months, 6 months, I think, and I think I'm going to just jump to give you another answer also, Julia, because you see, the biggest concern that everybody has right now is, how is the market going to react? How is it going to be 3 months down the line, 5 months down the line? But again, everybody in the back of their minds, they're thinking about, what if this resurgence of this virus comes back?
Yeah.
So what are we doing to circumvent that situation? And I think that this is a very important topic. And I think that is going to become the flavor of the day. Everybody's going to want to know. They want to have a certain reassurance that the place where you live, the place where you work, at the restaurants, everywhere that you go, that there's obviously a change in behaviors from everyone.
And Andres, when it comes to your business, what are the main issues that keep you up at night?
As I said before, is the uncertainty in the market. Is the uncertainty in the market. Is what are we going to do next? But one of the things, as Ryan mentioned before, out of bad situations, you become more creative, you become more resourceful, you start thinking ahead of the game. So we're not actually waiting for the market to start thinking about, how can we incentivize a building? How can we design better buildings, healthier buildings. And we should have been doing it already. I mean, I know that in New York City, there was a great initiative when they started utilizing LED lighting, and then all of a sudden it became a rule. You just cannot go and use the old fluorescents and the old incandescents. And, so the sustainability aspect of the building was the beginning of these healthy environments. And then the behavior of the people combined with these reassurances, combined with these healthy buildings, I think that that's going to be the way of the future. I know that location is important. I know that views are important, but I think that in people's minds is my family going to be okay in this building?
Yeah.
Final question. I'm starting with Andres. Do you have any advices to people who is trying right now to generate or expand their businesses?
I think that we said many things. You got to think outside the box. You got to, hopefully the market will rebound. When you listen to the news, it's a little bit depressing because all that we hear is negativity. But I think that, as Ryan said, and I said before, out of these situations, people are very resilient and they will come up with something. So, and to your point, Ryan, yeah, I mean, if I think about where I'm the most successful in my business is when I'm having a drink or dinner or a meeting with a client. You know that I'm very engaging. I like to, I'm a touchy-feely guy. This is one of the things that has been very difficult for me because I all of a sudden I have to become a little bit of a different person. I'm used to hugging people. I'm used to kissing people, and all of a sudden, this is like a faux pas. So it's kind of it's been an adjustment, but I think that we just got to stay there, positive, try to channel our time, as Ryan said, that we have a little bit more time to think and perhaps to plan for what's in the future for us.
My best piece of advice for anybody looking to start anything right now is to do just that, is to just start, is not to overthink it.
Absolutely, 100%. So Ryan, thanks a lot very much to being here with us today. It was such a pleasure to have you as our first guest of the Andres Escobar
I loved it. Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you. And to everyone who listens, stay tuned to the next episode.